Good afternoon. April 26, 1986. We're at Glenbard West High School track. We are taking part in the 7th annual Hilltopper Invitational. We have a beautiful day. Temperature is going to be in the 80s or possibly 90s. Some of the better schools in the area are participating. There are over 12 teams here, highlighted by Oak Park, Evanston, Thornridge, Bloom, Glenbard West, Glenbard South, and Weber, Mount Carmel, a couple others. These teams have been coming back and forth to this invitational for 7 years now. We will try to highlight the Glenbard West jumpers and runners as the meet progresses. At 11 o'clock, the frost off. I'll be jumping over here in the pole vault. Glenbard West has 2 jumpers in here. The discus, which you see over throwing toward the diamond over in this area, is also a frost soft level. Where there also is the shot put in this area, you find the frost soft starting here. There'll be 2 flights. In this, there'll be 2 Glenbard West participants in this. As we swing around, of course, Lake Ellen, and in the foreground here, the long jump is taking part right now. The long jump is also frost soft level. Mike Vondrak will be one of our jumpers there. North person jumping at this time. I'm going to zoom in and try and get a focus. Our next jumper will be Mike Vondrak. And he is jumping, I believe, at 5'2", coming in at this time. We'll try and catch him as he comes in. He's getting ready.
Vondrak up, Smith on deck, Hanley in the hole.
He's over. Nice jump. 5'2". Mike has jumped 5'8". Our other jumper will be Dave Handley. He'll be up in about 3 more jumpers. We'll come back and catch him. Dave Handley's jumping. The height, I should correct it, was at 5'3". This is a second frost soft jumper for us. He's a sophomore who has gone 6 feet. Okay, not a bad jump. Didn't get much arch. We got 2 frost softs over at 5'3". You'll notice the teams trying to find some shade. It's over 90 degrees today. Will be over 90. It's in the 80s right now this morning. It's around coming close to noon. And we will pause here. Warming up on the shot put over here. Ken Hansick, one of our freshmen who've thrown around 35 feet, is taking a practice throw. This is not standard uniform, of course, what he's using. He's a left-hander and looks to have some promise, or maybe a shot putter coming here. Posey, one of our freshmen that's getting in the circle in the far shot with the discus swinging it, is taking some warm-up throws. He has thrown over 100 feet. Got his head up a little bit on that one. He is not, that's not a measurement. This is Ken Hansick, our left-hander, behind, throwing. Looks like he had about a 34, 35. It's not bad for a freshman. As we say, it's good. Sophomore that high jumps, but also long jumps, is getting ready for his second long jump. He has jumped over 18, close to 19 feet as a freshman. Have to excuse the bar. We're shooting over the that looks like about a 17, maybe an 18-foot jump. First jump at 5'6" on the sophomore level. You saw him before, clear 5'3". He's a freshman and also triple jumps and long jumps. Just didn't get his arch in there. If he gets his arch in, he'll make it. Caught it with the tailbone. He's a little bit disgusted, but I think he's got 2 more jumps. We'll see what happens. Finally on his, probably this would be his 3rd jump on the long jump. He's coming down the runway. We're going to try and see. Excuse the bar. Didn't get too much height on that one. That was not a good. He's got two other jumps better than that one. Now it's switched from the high jump to the long jump. He's over working and getting ready for his long jump. I think this is his second or third jump. They get 4 jumps to see if they can get into the finals. The top 6 jumps goes into the finals. Here we go. Use the bar again. Got a little bit of good arch that time. Let's hope that that's a better jump. We'll try and figure out what that one is. Just a second here. That is not a good one. It's a 16. He's had a better one. Over to Dave Hanley. He's coming in at 5.6, his first jump. And he's over. That's good. That's a good sophomore jump. He got good arch. That's the kind of jump you want right away. Good job, Dave. On the long jump with Mike Vondrek, he's loosening up. I believe this is probably his 4th jump. He needs a good jump here to get into the finals. He's of course been moving back and forth between the high jump and the long jump. His specialty probably would have to be considered the triple jump, which he'll do later. Here we go. Good arch that time. Wonder if we got a better one. Can wait to see what happens. That was a little over 17 feet. Don't know if that'll get him in. He's got to come back and take a couple jumps at the... Mike's back over in the high jump. And he's going to try at 5.6. Has to get good momentum coming in. He usually does. He's up. He tipped it. But he's out and he's happy with that jump. He's over 5.6. This is good. And he's in there. Good job, Mike. In this circle, the shot put, again, a freshman throwing around 34 feet, left-hander. We got a good shot at him this time. We'll see if he keeps that knee straight or if he keeps it bent. Looks like it was off.
Don't slow down.
Don't know where that is. I'll have to guess. Looks around a 33, 34. He needs a little bit better than that. We'll have to check it. Mike Vondrek back at the high jump. First jump at 5.8. Saw Wheaton North go over it. Got good speed in. Didn't arch much. Caught it with his tail, I think. He's checking now with Dave Hanley to find out where he hit it and where he took off from. High jump is important that you get good, steady, good speed coming in and good steps so that you don't crowd the bar or get too far out. We're coming now, and then Vondrek will be up. We'll check his style. Chop the steps. That is not a legal jump unless he broke the plane. He'll be coming back and try it again. Because our Proviso East, again, he's coming in. This time he chopped just a little, got good lift, no arch. I think it's his second. Back to Mike now for his second jump at 5.8. This is his best height. Psychologically, of course, when you're going at your best, that does help push you to a better performance. That's what we hope here. He should get good speed coming in, good lift, and then that arch. We got to get his tail over it this time. Oh, he was there. He didn't arch soon enough. He came in nice, good speed. This will be a third jump, 5.8 for Mike Vondrek. Very close last jump. If he comes in nice and steady, gets that speed, he's got to get that arch on top. Let's see what we can do. He nicked it with his legs. Good jump. Discouraged, of course, because that puts him out at 5.6. Their first jump at the 5'8". There are 3 men over that we know of for sure. 2 Wheaton North and a Proviso. That looked like a good jump. Again, he's just touching it. Doesn't look like he's getting arching quick enough, but he's over, and that's what counts. This is the 100-yard prelims. We have Ron Crick in here running. They're taking him in the blocks. What lane is he in? He's in lane 2. These are prelims. They're up. There's the gun. Lane 1. We'll try and concentrate on him. He's right here. Sorry for the bar. I think he had a third, but we'll find out.
Results of the second heat of the 100-meter dash. Third place.
Top 4 qualify.
Two qualifiers.
Good job, Ron. Running some fast company there. Jump, it's been moved up to 5'10". There's about 5 or 6 people jumping at it. This is his first jump. And we need good speed coming in, good lift. He's got to get that arch over the bar. Here we go. Oh, I think we got it with his tail. Very discouraged, but he's got 2 more jumps to go. Mike is Avondrak's trying to help him to where he's going to have to take off. He was too close. He had his height. Jumping at 10.6, pole vaulter. He's gone 10.6 inside. Got a pretty good plant. Went over on his side, but we'll take it. He's over. We have 2 freshmen over. Aaron Mitchell, and this is John Weinbrenner. Good job, guys. Dave Hanley is taking his 3rd jump at 5'9". There's probably 4 sophomores over this height. Last 2 jumps he was close, just catching him with his heels. If we get a good jump here, he's got to get his legs out of the way. He comes in strong. There's no doubt about that. Good lift. And his feet out of the way, and there's a happy Hanley. Okay. That's it, Dave. He stikes himself up, and he is ready for the next height. That puts him in with the top 5 or 6 jumpers. Good job, Dave. Well, he's at 11 feet. Aaron Mitchell, our other freshman who cleared 10.6 before John Weinbrenner, is now trying. He's got to have a good run and a good straight plant. He's working hard, didn't get rocked back. He got part of the bar. He's got 2 more jumps. He's trying to curl his feet over.
Right in the middle. Just straighten it up.
He's got 2 more at the height, and he'll be in there. Limbs of the high hurdles. This is Jason Lord running in about the 3rd. And he's got a chance. He's got to beat the man on the other side. I don't know if he got it for 3rd place. Good job, Jace. He's had a bad ankle. Real quick, Aaron's got his 2nd jump at 11 feet. He's got to work on top to get a good jump now. Here he comes. Good plant. Got on his side, hit it with his side coming down. He's got 1 more jump. He can make that. John Weinbrenner, 1st jump at 11. Slow plant. Tried to go over on his side. He's got to get that plant out in front of him, and then he'd have a better jump. These are freshmen doing a good job. Technically, they've got a few things they got to work on.
3rd place is Lord from Glenbard West.
He's got 2 more jumps. Here we got the prelims of the 110-yard high hurdles. This would be varsity prelims. Not quite sure which Glenbard West athlete's in here. I'll see if I can check it out as they come. Looks like Brad Miller, one of our pole vaulters, and he's running in lane 2. He's had some good times. He's a junior. He's running with some fast company, and it looks like he edged the man from Thornridge. Good job, Brad. That puts him into the semis at least. Just getting the beginning here of the 3rd prelims. We have Scott Ellinger in here in the 3rd. Looks like he's got it out in front. He's running a very good race all by himself. Sorry we missed the beginning of it. Scotty limping just a little bit. He's had a little trouble with that ankle. We'll check at his time. He goes into the semis or the finals too, along with Brad Miller. Good job, Scott. I'm sorry we kept the recording going. Dave Hanley now is back for his 2nd jump at 6 foot. I think we have 3, maybe 4 jumpers at this height now. Dave missed on his 1st one. He didn't get the quite lift and was turning into the bar a little bit. Let's see what he does on this one. Good lift. Didn't get much arch. That was a better jump. Again, discouraged. He's got 1 more jump to try. We have 1 Wheaton North man over this jump. 200. The gun went off. We'll try and take him around and figure out who we've got here in the process off. He's running in lane 1. This is our Glenbard West. He's come out of that curve. It looks like he's running about second or third. He's turning it on. Looks like he's going to be in the prelims and finals. In fact, he just came in. He's going to just about take that. Nice run. Romer, who was third in the 100 and looked like he was first in that heat in the 200 prelims. Excuse the bar from the football. We're up on the east end of the football field, right by the crossbar of the goal. Dave's going for the 6. He needs it to stay in the top 4 people, top 3. We have 1 or 2 over this height. Too bad, David. 5'9". He's had a 6 foot this year. Discouraged, I'm sure. Good effort, though. Next week, there's another jump. They jump again on Wednesday and next Friday night. Good job, David. Mike Vondrak is going in his 3rd event now. This is his triple jump. Coming down, hop, skip, and a jump. He had a good jump. He's on it. Measurement.
Our training room today,
That's an over 40-foot jump. In sophomores.
All training supplies.
Not bad job. Mike's got a couple more jumps to get into the finals. They're also warming up at the pole vault for the varsity, and they're warming up over at the discus for the varsity discus. And when we swing around, we'll get the warm-up in the shot area for the varsity. Of course, the meet is being held at Glenbard West down on our beautiful campus with Lake Ellen in the background here. Wish we had more people who would come down and take a look. This is a 12-team meet. Next year, come and see it. Prelims again in another 200. Don't know if we have anybody in this. These are the ones 3 go in. Looks like we have Bloom and Thornridge coming in on this. We'll catch this at the finish. You'll see a white shirt. This is your starter. We are trying to cover the 200-yard preliminaries with Jim Crampton, premier 400-meter runner in the state, who was 4th last year. Gun is up. Off and running. And I'm afraid we've got the wrong heat on this one. Jimmy's not in this heat. We'll take it around and watch who scores on this one. My mistake. Got Bloom and Thornridge coming in. 1st, 2nd. And Wheaton North in 3rd. Of the 200 prelims, we have Ron Kreck in lane 6. Gun is up. There's a hand up. Gun's off. We'll see if we can pick him up. I think he's in lane 5. Stumbled a little bit there. It's a 3-man race right there coming out. Ron's got to move to stay in there. I think that gave him a place in the finals, though. Good job, Ron. Warm up on Brad Miller, trying his checking his steps, coming through on the pole vault. Brad has gone 14 feet, so has Terry Feely. We have 2 members of our pole vault crew beside our freshmen that are doing an outstanding job. Junior Brad Miller and senior Terry Feely. They will be competing in the relay, I should say. Frost off. All 12 teams have relay teams. Each person runs 800 or approximately a half mile. That is 2 laps around our 400-meter track here. Right now, Glenbard is running 2nd on the number 1 man. We'll catch him as he comes around on the 2nd lap. Right now, it looks like he's going to be pushed into 3rd, but we'll catch the rest of this as he comes around on the other side. Chris Chase is in 3rd. Behind 2 good half-milers, we have, it looks like Evanston and Thornridge. Thornwood, excuse me, coach has corrected me. And they're spreading it out, about a 5-yard lead for the 1st place. Chris has got 3rd. He's trying to pick up a little ground. We'll see what happens here as we come around and hand off. This is the end of the first lap, the second lap, which gives an 800 meter, and he's trying to kick and come. It looks like he's going to come on the second man a little bit here. Good job, Chris. Here he comes. This will hand off to our second man, who also runs a half mile. There's our handoff, and he just about made up all the ground. We'll pick him up on the other side. Glenbard West is in third place at this time, about 4 yards behind second, in range for second place. Thornwood is second, Evanston first. This is again second leg. He has to run 2 laps. Looks like he's trying to build it up here and come on the second place man. We'll take him through the straightaway and then pick him up on the back stretch. And it looks like he is trying to pick up some distance right now. He does. We'll pick him up on the other side on the lake. Second leg, he's making a push at it. Looks like he's trying to catch him on his back leg. Glenbard West running third right now. He's coming around. This is a second 400, which will give him an 800. He is picking up on a number 2 man. Closing the gap to about 4 yards. See if he moved too soon. He's still moving, looks like, as we follow him here. He's got a chance for that second place. In fact, he's also moving. We can see he's in range of first place. Nice kick. He's coming in real hard. Coming in hard. Looks like he's going to give our number 3 man. Put him right in that number 2 spot. Good. Nice, good kick. Handoff is coming to the number 3 man. There we go. And I'll pick him up again on the lake. A freshman, good distance man, and he is running about 4 yards behind the number 1 man, Evanston. Looks like he's trying to move. Remember, he has 2 laps to run, 800 meters, and then hand off to the anchor man. We'll pick him up and take him around on this race. It looks like a front man is moving out just a little bit on Joe. Joe's trying to hold his own right here. Good distance man, freshman, who ran a 4:44 mile last Wednesday. We'll pick him up. Number 1 man has about a 6 or 7 yard lead. Joe is working a little bit hard here. We'll pick him up on the other side. Backstretch, Evanston has a strong lead. Joe is trying to make up some ground. They've got about 7, 8 yards on Glenbard West. Joe was hit by a pole vaulter, ran around it. He's got to try and make up now. That happens in track meets where you sometimes have things happening on the other side. That lost him about 3 strides, and the third place Thornwood is trying to move on him. That's too bad. To really cut his stride. He's trying to come back, but that takes a lot out of you. Joe has second place coming around the curve here. Thornwood is making a move on him. Joe is trying to kick it in. I think he's got a little bit left. Here it comes. We'll see what happens between second and third. Glenbard West frosts off 4 by 800. He's coming in, and this will be the handoff to, and it looks like West came out of it with about a yard lead. We'll pick him up on the back. At this point, we have about, I'd say, a 5, 6, maybe 7 yard lead coming around. This is our anchor. This is, of course, for the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth places. There's 5 places on the 12 teams that started this race. This is the anchor man running an 800, which is 2 laps, 400 meters each. Coming down the stretch, he is about 12 yards behind, maybe 15 yards behind first, which is usually not. You hear the bell, that is for the number 1 man going by. We'll pick him up on the back side. That we'll pick up Glenbard West is just coming into the straightaway as second place right now. Thornwood is making a move. We'll try and show you how much of a distance, about 7 yards. We'll see if that's enough. This might become a race because Thornwood is closing the gap a little bit on the anchor man from Glenbard West. It doesn't look like he's going to hold him off. We'll have to wait and see. It's closed down to 4 yards. He's going to have to start moving, otherwise we'll have to give up that second spot. Looks like we might get a fight out of this. Thornwood's going to get that second spot. Glenbard West cross-offs will come in for a third. Disappointment, but still a good job done. Beginning of the 4x8 relay for the varsity. And I'm picking it up on the back side. Again, we have 11, 12 teams involved. Each member is going to run an 800 or 2 laps apiece.
Third, Glenbard West, 842.7. Second, Farmwood, 841.2. And the winner, Evanston, 831.
Right now, we are running next to last. This is our varsity. We have a fast heat started here. We'll pick them up on the backside and see if we can improve our spot. We're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th right there. This is Poison running 7th. He has another lap to run. The 4x28, we are still running in 7th place. Quite a bit of distance out of 5th and 6th. You could get places for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. We'd have to make up about 15, 20 yards. We'll pick it up as the second man comes around in the back lap. Our second man's coming around in his second lap. He's about, I'd say, 15, 16 yards behind Wheaton North for that 6th place. We'll see as this is Fader coming around, and he'll be handing off here, I think, to Osterbron. We'll see how that goes, and we'll pick him up on the back side. Not made up too much ground. In fact, we're still running that 7th spot here. Osterbron has one more lap to go, and then he'll hand off to Foster. Our man here is coming around. He has 1 lap to go. The race is behind him. We'll pick up the leaders here as they come around. And Bloom within 3, 4 yards of each other.
Third place, Bondrak, Glenbard West, 40 feet 5 1/2. In second place, Pickens provides lead, 41 1 3/4.
I believe both these gentlemen now it's spreading out by Evanston. I think both these gentlemen have 1 lap to go. I'm going to take it in and we'll see what happens on this. This is the correction. This is the end of the 3rd anchor, 3rd man, giving it to the anchor man coming in now. And Evanston has a strong lead. Bloom 2nd. And the anchor man gets the baton. He has 2 laps to go with about, we'll see, about a 4-yard lead. We'll pick him up later on the Evanston and Bloom running 1, 2, and the Bloom man's long stride is trying to pick up on the first lap. He was about 7 yards. He looks like he's about 2 or 3 back now and heading right into this. The wind is going to catch him a little bit here. These are 2 800-meter men. They both have to run 1 more lap after they finish this one. Bloom is making a move right now, trying to take over the lead. We'll check them as they come down the stretch. The Evanston 800-meter man's trying to keep him back, keeping him on his shoulder or trying to. Now Bloom has moved ahead. We'll catch him on the back stretch of the last lap. Is leading, and we're going to see if we have a kick from Evanston. Here they come. This is about 350 yards to go. When they hit that curve, it'll be about 220. It's going to be a tight race. Looks like Bloom man's trying to spread it out. Evanston's right behind him. Here comes the kick. Looks like both of them have a kick. Evanston might have a little bit. We'll have to wait and see as they come in. Here comes the kick. Both of them have run. This is the tail end of 800 meters, half mile. Bloom has enough left and wins by going away right at the wire. Evanston gave it a good try. That was a very good race. Glenbard West will be coming in approximately here on 6th or 7th place. John Weinbrenner pole vaulter is leading off. This is each one 200 meters. We'll try and stick with it. He hands off. He will be handing off to Wade. We'll try and open up to see where we are. And Wade's handing off to Brian Sweet. Who's our anchor? Sweet dropped the baton. This will take us out of it. That can happen. You have to hold on to that baton. Romer has it for, and of course we had a good spot till we dropped the baton. The idea, of course, is to get that baton around the track. But that happens in meets. That was Bugs trying his first jump at 5'6" in a varsity level. Didn't get much arch. He's got 2 more. 100 varsity, each one runs 110 yards. It's 400 meters, approximately 440 yards. Scott Ellinger, one of our hurdlers, senior hurdlers with a good time, going into finals there, is leading off. He will hand off to Ron Craig, who also is in the finals in the 200, and then to Tom Streitberger, one of our jumpers, and then to Jimmy Crampton, who will anchor it. The idea, of course, is to get that baton around as quick as possible and as smooth as possible without dropping it. Gun is up. This handoff goes to Tommy Streitberger. Can't tell with this curve. Looks like we're probably running third or fourth. And it will be handed off to Jimmy Crampton. Jimmy brought us into a second. Lost to Bloom. Good race. Good handoffs all the way around. Running against some real good competition here. Probably those teams, Bloom and Evanston, Oak Park, Wheaton North, all have a chance to go to state. Second place, very respectable. Jimmy anchoring, bringing us in to that second spot. Good job. Start of the Five-Soft 2-mile run. This is the longest run of the afternoon. This is 8 laps around the track. Looks like we have about 20 runners in this race. 8 laps. In this heat, of course, this is going to be a fairly tough race for these gentlemen. Usually the warm weather is good for the sprinters. When it gets up 85, 90 degrees, this is a little bit harder on your distance men, especially the long distance, 2 miles here. We'll pick them up and try and spot who is where here. They're bunched, of course. This is the first lap with 7 laps to go. We have a Glenbard West man running third right now. We'll try and pick him up on the other side, get the name for him. That's Gillespie running third or fourth for us now. He's going into, and this will be his second lap. They're still, of course, bunched up with, when they pass on this stadium side, there'll be 6 to go. So they are on their 7th lap here. Gillespie seems to be running fairly smooth in the number 3 spot, but they're bunched all together. Someone's moving up on the outside. Looks like a Glenbard South man. We'll catch them as they come. Got 5 men coming through. We have 6 laps to go yet. 5 men jumped in here. And Gillespie's running in that back here. About 6th or 7th. He's trying to run up on the outside a little bit. Stay with that pack. This is their 3rd lap. And they come around on this stadium side. We'll catch them as they come by. It will be through your knee. Not drinking. Well, use it on your shin.
You mean to tell me I could plug mine in like this and use it off an electrical cord?
Right now, before you drink it and chew it all up.
You mean I could do this too?
What?
I could do this too with just electricity?
I don't know. If you got an AC adapter, you got to buy one for it. Didn't turn it off. Okay, end of the 3rd lap. Gillespie is running 4th right here as he goes by, running comfortably. We've spread the pack out a little bit. So this would be the 4th lap. Proviso East has got that 1st spot. Gillespie has just moved. Our Glenbard West sophomore has moved up into the number 2 spot. Again, we'll check them out as we come around this curve and catch them going by. This will be 4 laps. This should be the mile. Gillespie is running 2nd, comfortably behind the Proviso East, about 7 yards behind. This should be the 4 lap or the mile, halfway in the 2-mile race. Checking back, Gillespie has about an 8 or 10 yard lead on 2nd and 3rd. We'll try to catch him coming through here and see if he makes a move. We'll get him on the lake side in a minute. When he's hurt.
Top 4 teams in the varsity after only 2 events. Bloom 24.
Backstretch, Gillespie running about 6 yards behind your Proviso East number 1 runner. This would be the 5th lap. When they come by the stadium on this side, we'll pick them up. That will be 3 laps to go. We'll see what happens here. We'll check out Gillespie. Looks like he's got about a 12 to 15 yard lead on 3rd. Paul Gillespie, 6th lap, making a move. He's closed it down on Proviso East. We'll catch him as he comes around. There'll be 2 laps to go. Gillespie has made a little bit of a move on the Proviso East man. He's coming up on his shoulder. We'll take him through this lap, and he seems to be running smooth. It's a two-man race now. The field is back. Proviso East and Paul Gillespie. Trying to make it. This is the 7th lap, 2 to go. He just made his move, and he's trying to build it up and pull away from the Proviso East. This puts him in first place in the 2-mile. We'll check in a minute here with how his time is progressing with Coach Hockey, who is the distance coach at Glenbard West. He's got about a 3 or 4 yard lead, trying to spread it. This, of course, is building into the last lap. He's running a build-up. Looks like the Proviso East is trying to make a move right here. We'll catch them as they come down. It's one man now. We're going to try and find. There is the Proviso East. This should be the gun lap or bell lap. We'll see if we hear it. There's the bell. He has 1 lap to go. We'll catch him on the back. Build up. Right now he's got about 15, 20 yards, and he's pushing it in. All by himself running this race. Started with about 20 runners. And I'm going to open it up and see where our Proviso East man is. About 18, 20 yards. No way to make that up. This race is going to be wrapped up in this last lap. When he pulled out and checked out and came in nice, we'll take him all the way in. He's still running strong. Good race, and we'll check the time with the coach when we come in. Here he comes in all by himself. Nice job, Paul Gillespie. There he comes, getting a nice round of applause for our crowd. A race for 4th and 5th, and it's a Glenbard West boy. He's going to get past, or is he? Here it comes. Good race all the way in, and this could give us a 4th. Too hard to call. Have to see what it is. Nice job. For that race, he has run a 10:29, but in this heat, that was a good time. We're going to be getting ready here in a minute as soon as the times become official for the varsity 2-mile. Jump where Bug has taken his first jump at 5:10. He has cleared 5.6 and 5.8. We missed those jumps. We're going to try and see if he can get his good jump at 5:10. This will be one of his better jumps. Varsity high jumper Bug coming in at the bar now. Didn't get his hips. And he's going to blame me for first time shooting the camera on him. But he had good lift, but didn't get his hips out of the way. He's got an arch. Finals of the high hurdles coming up. $110-yard finals. Got an Evanston leader here. Evanston, Thornridge, and
5 Ellinger, 6 Denham, lane 7 Champaign.
110-yard high hurdles varsity. Glenbard West has 2 runners in this, Ellinger and Brad Miller.
Next call, 100-meter dash. First call, 800-meter run.
Looks like Brad Miller may be in 2. Ellinger in 4. We'll try and catch them as they come over the first hurdles. Whistle means they're getting them in the blocks. The starter is in your left-hand corner. Take your marks. They're going into the blocks. Some class hurdlers here, probably some that'll end up down at the state finals. Guns up. Over the first hurdle. Looks like Scott's got a chance for possibly 3rd, 4th, and Brad 5th. 4th and 5th in that group is not too bad.
Okay, gentlemen, remove the hurdles off the track.
Scott had a fairly slow start, otherwise he may have been right up in there. Disappointed, I'm sure.
Third place, Johnson from Bloom, 11.1. Second, White from Thornwood, 11.1. And the winner?
First heat frosts off 800 meter. That means we have 2 laps. This is the end of the first one. This is the first heat. There'll be 2 heats against time. They have 1 lap to go. The Glenbard West gentleman in 3rd place, running behind Bloom and Weber. This is the last lap. We'll see how our West runner comes. He's making his move on the curve, trying to catch the Bloom man. Looks like he has him. And he's making a move a little bit on the Weber. Don't know if he has enough space to catch him. We'll take him all the way in and see. Weber just had a little sprint at the end. And a second. Weber first on that heat. We have another heat frost and that approximately in about a 2.829. We have freshman Welliver running this. He's in the alley out there, tall young man, high jumper. Will Welliver, he's running about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, long stride. This is the first time, be with you, he has run the 800. We'll catch him on the backstretch. Him here, we're trying to see. Looks like we have Bloom and Evanson in first, second. Oak Park probably 3rd and 4th, and Adam Welliver is running 5th. He's run some 400, good times. This will be the first time he gets time on the 800. We'll see what he does on the backstretch. On the backstretch, running 5th, but we have someone moving on him. Let's see if he moves with him. He's going to try. A little left, he's going to try and hold on. That would be a 6th. Going to stay with him right there. We're going to take him around and see where he ends up. It's the first time for our freshman here, running 800 meter. Like he's got a little left. He's coming at the man that just passed him. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would guess that time probably around a 2:10. Missed the beginning of the 800 on Jimmy Crampton. This is his second time he's run it. This is 2 laps, 400 meters each lap. As I've said before, Crampton is a premier 400 meter man. Right now he's leading the pack by about 3 yards on second, 5 yards on third.
A new meet record.
We'll try and pick him up and see if I can find out what his split was on that first 400. Coming by and running real smooth. He's got someone, he's got a Glenbard West, Mark Krzyzewski is running right behind him, so we have Glenbard West. Now there's a move. I'll try and pick him up as we come up. Picking it up now, and Mark and Jim are running 1 and 2. Mark's going to push him, it looks like, on this. Coming up on his shoulder, and we have Bloom and the rest of the pack. This is a 2-man race. Looks like Jimmy's going to take it. Mark's trying to hang right on. Here he comes. We're going to take this race right down. A 1-2. 2 good half milers coming. Mark's going to make a crack at him. Here he comes. Jimmy's going to have to run. Mark's going to make a run. Here comes Mark. He's pushing him. Good race. I'm going to try and get the time for that. Flat. It may have been under 2. We'll come back and check it later. We've got Terry Feely, who has jumped 12.6. I believe the pole vault is at 13. He's getting ready for his first jump at this height. He's been out for about a month with that ankle. Started jumping last week. Good plant, and we've got a good jump. He's happy with that. It wasn't quite a straight plant, but he did his job on top. Not quite a good, real good rock back, but Terry will be happy with that jump. We just made what's 13.6, not 13.2. Glenbard West is in lane 2. This is 200, 4x2. Each man runs 200 meter. It's 2 laps. like we're about 5th on this. There's our first handoff. Not too good. And we're out of the race a little bit. This is a staggered race. Everybody, you're running your lanes for all the 2 laps. And right now the handoffs have been made, and we are at least 15 yards back. We'll stick with it. Our 3rd man. And he's made up a little bit. The problem is it's locked to go. Oh, there's a curve coming in here. Okay, our handoff is good. There is a chance, maybe for 4th. See what happens. I'll keep it open so we can see as we come out of here. And a 5th for us on that one. Right, 2, again, this is half mile. Each man runs 200 meters. Brad Miller is our leadoff man. This is our junior pole vaulter and hurdler. He'll be handling off to Terry Feely, our senior pole vaulter. And then to Ron Kreck. I don't know who our anchor man is. Guns up. Fairly good start. Stumbled a little bit. Running in some fast company here. I'll pick him up on lane 2. Hand off to Terry. Terry is probably a stronger 400-meter man. Looks like he's picking up a little bit on the lane next to him. He'll be handing off to Ron Kreck, who is probably a real sprinter for us, one of our sprinters. Handoff was good. Oh, I'm sorry, that's picked up. He's going after the next place. He's got 1. He's going to be handing off to Ron Kreck, and we'll see if Ron can come in and get us a place in this event. Handoff's good, got the baton. Ron's got to come out of this curve ahead of the man on the outside. He's got 1, he's working on another. Here he comes. Okay, we have a good, solid possibility for 4th place in this. If he 4th place, beat that man in the outside lane. Again, some of these teams will be down at stake. 400-meter frosh soft race. This is 1 lap around. We have 2 runners, 1 in lane 1 and 1 in lane 5. John Weinberger is out in lane 5. We'll catch him as he comes around, and we have a Glenbard West runner in the outside lane. He has Evanston and Glenbard South pushing him. He is one of our freshman pole vaulters, and has had a 53 or 54 second inside on the 400 meter. Strong runner. Our pole vaulter. But he is a freshman here, probably running against sophomores.
Somebody has borrowed one of Glenbard's red discs. We'd appreciate it being returned. The red discus belongs to Glenbard.
He's going to get a solid 4th here, which is respectable, and probably about a 55 time. I'll have to check it out. Discouraged, I'm sure, but he's running against some fast company here. Vault, Brad Miller is getting ready to take a jump. I think this is either 13.6 or 14 feet. He just got through running that 200 leg on 4x2. Should be warmed up pretty good. That's had a few minutes, probably 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes in between. I don't know if this is his first jump or not. We're going to try and take him through and see how he does. He has gone 14 feet. Good plant, and he's over. Nice jump, and he's happy with that. Got a good plant, good speed coming in, loosened up good. This one, it's one of our high jumpers. We'll take him around and then catch him on the other side. Here, remember, this is a 1 lap. He has inside lane. He's got to, of course, come out of that lane ahead. As he comes out of that curve, he's got to come out ahead of those men in his heat. This is 3 heats. He's running nice and smooth here. And we're going to take him all the way in. Looks like he's got this one wrapped up, and it's a nice job. No one seems to be close to him. If he can come in smooth now. Man is moving on the outside of him. He's not gonna, yes he does, just beats him. Ready for his 14-foot jump. Both Brad Miller and Terry have cleared 13.6. They also ran in that relay. We'll see how Terry does on this one. He has gone, as we've said, 14 inside, but has not jumped only once in the last month because of a bad ankle. He's coming back strong. Wind doesn't seem to be a factor. He's going to have to carry his speed in, get a good plant. We'll watch on this jump. Here he comes.
Let's go!
Not too good a plant. Terry can have a better jump than that. We'll analyze it later. He brought good speed in, just a little late. The plant may have been on his shoulder instead of in front of his head. He's got to get right out front. He's disappointed, of course. Getting ready right past the tent for his first jump at 14 feet. The way it looks, we have Brad Miller and Terry Feely probably jumping for first and second place. Haven't noticed any other jumpers. We'll check on that to make sure. Wind is a slight factor. Here he comes. Now we're going to see. Good plant, no rock back. What we're talking about is that he's got to get his knees back into his chest and get somewhat of a rock back. Both gentlemen can make that 14 feet, but they've got to get a projection on top. How about 14 feet? He's got to really attack it. He's got to have good speed. Boarded jump, that does count as a jump when you go through the pit. Break the line. Should not be discouraged considering he's only jumped maybe half a dozen times in the last month.
Was that his last jump?
Has one more jump. A third jump at 14 feet. Here we go. This is his last one. Little hesitation. Oh, too bad. That time he had the rock back. Had the rock back, and would he do it? If we look at that again, I'm sure he lost the speed coming down. Just a little bit in the middle of the lane coming down. Too bad, Terry. Good job. Third jump at 14 feet. This is a battle between two Glenbard boys, gentlemen, at 14 feet. They are in first and second place. We'll have to check back to see on the misses and the attempts. If Brad can make this, he has a first place. Not quite. No projection on that. I think that was his third jump. So we will have to check to see. Discouraged because he has jumped 14 feet. But he'll be there. He'll be there when another 2 weeks when we regionals and 3 weeks in the state. Good job. Race varsity, Jim Crampton. One of the best 400 meter in the state. This is the varsity getting ready. The gun should be coming up. He's in the blocks. We'll try and take him around and then pick him up. Not too good a start for Jimmy. But he's making ground on the lane next to him. Out that commanding lead, he kicks out in a tremendous 200, and he already has 5, 6, 7 yard lead. I will try to get the time on this. It's fairly academic as far as who's going to win it. He's running very smooth. Probably we could get just a little more out of that from the start. As you see, no one's in the picture with him. This warm weather should give us some real good time. We're going to see what we have on Jim Crampton's 400 meter. Nice job, Jimmy. Going to check the time right now. 48.5. He has run a 47 split and a 47.9 something. We will probably get even down to 47. We get him on the blocks a little bit faster. Good race. Tremendous race, Jim. Remember, he ran the 800 too, and he's running a relay. So he's been a busy man today. Brad Miller made a mistake, has another jump at 14. He's concentrating on it. At the end of the runway, you see him with the pole just past that tent. Getting ready to make his last jump. Attempt at 14 feet. Okay, here he comes. Good speed, good plant. No projection. Too bad. Next week. Don't know if our pole vaulters have moved it down to 13.9 for a break in the tie, but Terry's jumping again. Not this time. 300 meter low hurdles. man in the Glenbard West in lane 2. This is probably one of 3 heats. We'll take him around and try to identify him. Evanston is in first. Glenbard West making a move at him right now. Third for that, and we'll try and find out who we have. For the guys that are hurt. Okay, how are you going to run?
Yeah,
You have to run in a mile relay. Okay, get one out. Because I got to have ice for if anybody gets hurt.
I got
Who just ran that 300 lows? Check it, I didn't get a name. Do me a favor then, here.
I'll bring it.
Yeah, if you're not going to use it all, I don't know how many are in there left, 2? Okay, all right, we're all right then. See who just ran that first heat in the lows in here. Would you just look in this and I can put it on the tape?
Here?
Yeah. Yeah, on the clipboard. I didn't know who it was. First heat. Who was ours?
Jack.
Jax?
Yeah, Jack.
What's his first name?
Can't remember.
Okay, thanks.
By the way, I got some Super 8 film of Jimmy and Kazowski running. They half.
I got the whole race.
Yeah, I got it on slow motion. So you
Okay.
can see that.
That'd be good.
Second
to
call
see
for
it.
the 1600 meters.
Yeah, I got the whole race
First
except
call
for the first.
200-meter dash.
Well, right in here, when I have to turn the camera, I miss him for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't take the whole thing. I did it in slow motion though.
Well,
Yeah, that'd be nice to
competition is over.
watch.
Let us,
I bet you everybody.
take the
You
getaway.
know what I noticed?
This is
I
Jardy,
didn't
got
run
all
it
the
back.
picks to go.
So I think Jimmy's going to notice that he got out of the real slow. Well, that was the 400. Not the 800. Okay, you probably have more than I have in the 800. I was thinking they just ran that 400, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one. He did not get out of the blocks at all. In the 800, I didn't get the start, so you probably got more than I do.
Yeah,
I'd like to see it.
Yeah. When it gets developed.
Okay.
There you go, Pete!
Can I help you, son? No, only for injuries. Put it down. I've only got 2 or 3 left. Someone goes down, I gotta have ice. Not to chew on, but to take care of injuries.
Varsity score after 12 events, 18 in a track meet, so 6 events.
Got 300-meter cross off, and we have Doug Ellinger in lane 2. Looks like he's got a good spot. We got to wait till he's come out of the curve on these 300. He's leading well on. There's where he's going to have to push it. You got a man coming in that first lane. Looks like a Wheaton North hurdler, and it's going to be a close race coming in. Looks like Doug carried it through. We'll have to wait and see. Younger brother, Scott Ellinger, both of them good hurdlers. First heat of the 300 varsity lows, Jackson lane 1 for Glenbard West. He'll try and take him around. Guns up. False start.
You should know what's going on. You've been in this.
Right down. Down the infield, please.
Now we got a mile relay coming up. The least you can do is keep this one. Hopefully run yourself that distance. Gotcha, I'm sorry.
Start over again. Guns up. in lane 1, remember. Coming out of the curve, looks like he's got a chance for second or third. He's got those 2 men beating on his right shoulder. He can hold them off. He's got a second in this heat. Oh, lost it. Got the third. Of the 300, that's Scott Ellinger in lane 5. Guns up. Fairly good start, Scott. Don't hit. Packed up. And I missed him. Scott's running out of gas. Missed the hurdle.
Hey, let an athlete run, but not a scratch on that sheet, Coach.
2 Glenbard West men in here, Kalia and Aducci. For a soft mile. They are staggered in alleys. They will come out of it right here and slide over. And now we are in the beginning of the first lap. The 1600 meter is a 4 lap. Cordelia is leading and Ducey is second. 3 laps from now would be very nice if that's where they stay. They're running smooth. We'll catch them coming down the straightaway. And of course we're packed up with 3 laps to go. We'll know better as we catch them on the backstretch and run by the lake. Okay, this is the second lap. Ducey and Kalia is still leading. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 men, right? 6 men packed in together.
Jackson from Proviso East, 39 even.
Ducey is a freshman. Kalia is a
He's also varsity, low hurdle.
sophomore. Coming into the straightaway on the second lap. This will be their half-mile mark. And we have a challenge coming from, it looks to be Oak Park or Evanston on the outside. Lucy tries to keep him out there. Into the curve. We'll catch him and see what happens on the backstretch right now. Challenge again from Oak Park. Joe's trying to fight him. Takes over first place. Kalia is third. Ducey second. This is their third lap. As they come by on the straightaway on the other side, that'll be the gun lap or the bell lap with 1 lap to go. Looks like we have 4 men, probably 5 men in. The Evanston man seems to be moving out with about a 5-yard, and now we have a move into second. Looks like Thornridge. Glenbard West is running 3rd and 4th. Thornwood, I should say, is second. Evanston first. Kalia third. Ducey is slipped to 5th. Here's the gun lap. Hot weather for the guys. We're going to try and pick them up on the other. So we have a real big kick from our Evanston man with Thornwood right behind. Kalia is trying to hold on the 3rd. There's 2 men coming up behind him. The Ducey has slipped to 6th or 7th. Probably went out just a little bit too hard. Here's our winner, our first place man coming in. From Evanston, sprinting in hard. Good race. Second, Thornwood coming in. And there is a challenge. We'll see if Cadita's going to try and catch him. Very hard challenge at the end. Couldn't quite do it, but got a solid 3rd. feel bad, Joe. Fast company with those sophomores. Next year's yours. By 400 frosts off, each member runs 400 meters or 1 lap. We have lane 2. We'll catch him to see where he lasts in this heat of 6. Although there is a stagger, it's called a 3-turn stagger. Where the first man all first men run in their lanes for the entire first lap. Second man runs through the curve, and then of course they can break. Right now, with 5 members in this, it looks like we may have moved up into 4th. Depends how this handoff is. We'll check it out as we come around. Looks like he's made up some ground, and we'll see how it comes out when we hand off here. There's our handoff. Good handoff. Adam Wellinger, a freshman's running this one, and doesn't look like he quite gets to the break first. Oak Park or Evanson's running first. We're on his shoulder. This is the second man. Comes around, he has to hand off. Nice long strides, Adam. He did run an 800 earlier. I think he really enjoys running the 400 more. He's making up some ground. Here, there's a man coming on his shoulder. There should be 3 men coming in on this. On our handoff. Handoffs are about even. Second, about 2 yards behind on this heat. There will be another heat. Being challenged now for that second spot. This is our 3rd leg. Looks like he's trying to make a move. Glenbard Westman's making a move on the shoulder of the Oak Park. He's making his move now. He's carrying through. Looks like there's a good chance we're going to come in on the 3rd lap. Oh, can't say that too soon. Here comes Proviso. It's a good race coming into the anchor lap. Good handoff. Glenbard West coming out of that curve. Got about a 3-yard head start. We'll see head lead. We'll see what happens. This is the last one. Pulling it away.
Look, I get a black eye.
Coming in on the anchor. Glenbard West is going to win this heat. Good kick in. I would presume that that's around a 350. 350.45. We'll check the time. We have a second heat at the frost off, of course. And Glenbard West time will have to break into the top 5 in order to get a place. An extracurricular race. We have 2 Wheaton North chasing 2 of our ducks into the lake. And the ducks won. This is the last race of the day. This is a 4x4, which is a mile relay. Each man runs a quarter or 400 meters. This is Scott Ellinger. Glenbard West is tied with Proviso East for 2nd place with 44 points. They have to beat Proviso East to take 2nd. Proviso East, man. He ran a good 200, and he's trying to get us a lead going into that first leg. We're not real concerned. It's a curve here. Scotty's got to come after him. The Proviso East man just kicked it in. You can't be too far back, otherwise we'll be in trouble. Come on, let's get a good race out of this, Scotty. Scotty's handing off to Terry Feely. And Terry is our pole vaulter. He's going to Proviso. Terry has about, I'd say, 7 or 8 yards. He can close it down a little bit. We got to stay close. They're about 7 or 8 yards down, close. Looks like Kerry's making a move. He's just making a move. If he does, he's going to give us a chance. We just went by Proviso East. Good job, Kerry. This handoff is a Tom Streitberger, our jumper and sprinter. I say he has about a 5 or 6 on first place, which is Bloom at this time. Proviso East is about 6 yards behind. Tom can hang close. We have our anchor man, which is Jimmy Crampton. Good race, very good race, Tom, right there. Here comes Proviso East. Here comes Proviso East. It's going to be real tight with all three. Tom's trying to move out to the outside to give that handoff. Bloom's pulling out a little bit. And it should be a good one. We're about 6 yards down. Jimmy's got a little bit to make up. Don't know how good that 400-meter man is. Jimmy's trying to make it up real quick. Jimmy, who has run a 400 and an 800, and he's on Bloom's shoulder. Don't know how much Jimmy's going to have left. He just passed him. Let's see if he can kick it in and hold it. Bloom's coming after him, but Jimmy looks like he's strong. 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards. Looks like Glenbard West will come in with a strong first place in this race, second place in the meet. Our highest in many years in this Invitational. Good job, Jim Crampton. Second and third is a battle, and that's hard to say who won that. Bloom or Proviso?
Young lady. Second place, Proviso East. 55 points. And this year's champion, Evanston, 108 points. Varsity level, second place, Glenbard West. And this year's champion.
Go ahead, help yourself to that ice.